Greetings viewers, here we are for yet another video of a computer. This time we're looking at a laptop. This is actually a thrift find laptop, which have been few and far between lately because it seems to be that thrift stores usually don't get computers anymore. You just don't see it very often, and when you do, and I've certainly seen a couple of them recently that would otherwise have been interesting if they didn't price them more like they'd rather keep them rather than sell them. Which is to say $30 or more. There's no way that anything even remotely close to the stature of this is worth $30. Well, this one I paid quite a bit less for. As you can see there. I still don't think it's worth that price, but I guess we'll find out. After all, it's got an HP logo on it, and I'm not the world's biggest fan of their laptops. So let's see what we've got going on here in terms of ports. I'm trying out a new thing here because a lot of people love to complain about the lack of tripods in my videos. So there's a Kensington lock there, there's an Ethernet, there's a modem, there's a TV output. I believe that's a combination S-video and composite jack. Cooling vent with what looks like something behind it. I don't know what that is. Firewire 400, it's kind of nice to see, even if it is just a 4-pin non-powered connector. That's what you usually see on laptops that are not Apple Macintoshes. USB port there. There is an SD card reader. It also says SC, which I believe is for smart card right there. And then, of course, it's got what I presume, anyway, is a single PCMCIA card slot. Yes, that's what that is. On the back, there's VGA, power input, which is standard HP, which is good because I did not get the power supply with this. Batteries there as well. An honest-to-goodness serial port, not something that you would normally expect to see. DVD, that looks like, what is that? DVD-ROM and a CD-RW, pretty common. 2 more USB, as well as a microphone and a headphone jack. On the front, over there, are your indicators. You can see we have one for Wi-Fi, power, charge, and hard drive. Now, the latches on this machine are broken, so I don't have to really do anything. I can just lift this up to reveal what's going on inside, and it's not in terrible condition. I mean, there's definitely some wear. Might be able to see kind of on those trackpad buttons, but not really. Maybe somewhere on the keyboard, but there's not much. The little eraser head nub in the middle, which it does have, is missing. There's some hotkeys on the top, typical HP, nothing really special. This, you can tell, is one of those older machines that falls squarely in the too old to be useful, but too new to be vintage category. It's got an Intel Core Duo sticker on it. There is the Core Duo sticker right there, and you can see beside it is a designed for Windows XP, but Windows Vista capable sticker. Very important thing to note. A lot of machines of this era got that, even though they really were not capable of running Windows Vista. What the sticker really means is that it can run Windows Vista Basic, and nobody ever ran Windows Vista Basic. So what you ended up with was a system that really never performed well with Windows Vista, and you couldn't ask it to perform very well with Windows Vista, and it gave Windows Vista a bad name that it really did not need help getting. There's actually a fingerprint reader, which is kind of interesting. The camera in this position, you can maybe see a little bit more of that wear on this left click button. Pretty standard. Maybe even some of the wear on the keyboard. Really, the only key that shows a whole bunch of wear is the A key and also the space bar. The rest of them look pretty much textured and as found, or as would have been found when they were new. You see there's some hotkeys, volume, there's a couple keyboard lock indicators right there. I don't know what that is unless it's supposed to be a presentation mode, and of course there's the wireless button, and an information button, which probably would have launched an HP-specific utility if this were running the factory build, and a power switch. And there are the speakers, of course, on the side of the keyboard. So, I believe the battery in this thing is stone dead, but we're about to find out. Well, it can't be completely stone dead. So we'll go into setup here. Wow. I'm amazed that battery works at all. Try to get a better look at the screen here. System information. If you're familiar with the old Compaq Desk Pro, this is basically the same setup utility. They didn't change it pretty much at all. So we have a Hewlett-Packard computer. This is actually an HP Compaq, as from the title of the video, nc8430, with a genuine Intel CPU. It's a Core Duo T2300. I've got a couple of machines with that. I think about an HP DV5000 sitting around here somewhere. And of course the Toshiba Tecra, what is the model on that thing? I don't remember, like M11 or something. Or A10. Something like that. Looks like 64K of L1 and 2 megabytes of L2 cache. 2 gigs of RAM. Of course, there's the BIOS. I'm not sure if this actually has a flashable BIOS in it. So I'm not sure if there's any updates available. Press F1 for about, which is actually a help, which makes sense for F1. Security. Setup password. Nothing really interesting in here. Smart card security. Ooh, you need a setup option in order to do that. TPM, embedded security. I'm kind of surprised that this system has support for a trusted platform module, but it looks like you pretty much need to set up a BIOS password in order to use pretty much any of these. There's disk sanitizer. I don't need that. I won't worry about that right now. Hard disk self-test. I'm not going to worry about that. There's a RAM test. We can do, the system is complaining about the battery. Take a look down here. So it'll probably shut off on me here in a second. So while it's running that memory test, I'm going to see if I can find a power supply, and it'll probably shut off while I'm trying to do so. I had a million of these HP adapters sitting around, but I don't know where they all went. They seem to have all completely disappeared. There's probably one outside in the garage right now, but I don't want to go out there in search of a power supply for this laptop, because I sure have one sitting out. Where would it be? Where are you? Of course, if I put all these dang power supplies away, I wouldn't have this problem. Maybe that's the solution. Yeah, it's probably what the solution's going to be. Unless this... there we go. Is this a Dell? Nope, this is an HP, so this will work. The Dell power supplies sometimes don't work with the HPs. Although I'd never had problems with that until I tested that cavalcade of junk laptops. That second one, there was that HP tablet that wouldn't run from a Dell power supply for whatever reason. I don't know why. Then we'll plug this in. And now it's really flashing at me. Oh, there's the power adapter plug. There it is. Alright. So now it is charging the battery, which is pretty good. Alright, I'm not going to sit through all of this. This is pointless. System configuration. You get your language options. You get your boot options. Express boot. Does have PXE booting possible for the onboard Ethernet. I don't think anybody has ever made a wireless card that has a PXE boot ROM on it. Virtualization technology is disabled for some reason. How do we change that? There we go. It's got an ambient light sensor. I presume that's actually for the display brightness. I don't really like that feature anyway, so I'm just going to turn it off. There's your port options. You get no real configuration options for any of these, including the parallel port. So I don't know. I wonder if it defaults to ECP, or if you just don't get that option. Well, this doesn't have a parallel port on it, so I guess that would be for the docking station. we will go ahead and save changes and exit. And we'll see what this thing boots into, as the camera chooses to focus on the lens dust. Oh, you got an error 163. And it's booting into Windows 7. Which is almost certainly not what it shipped with. That error 163 is a copy of what IBM did. Compaq used to copy everything that IBM did back in the day, right down to the post codes. Again, the lens dust. Amazing. Speakers don't sound too bad. But Compaq copied them, and HP pretty much copied Compaq in that regard when they bought them out. It was the end of a great company, I tell you what. HP could have been one of the worst companies to buy them up. So anyway, we have two users here. We have admin and user. Well, let's try user first. They both have the same icon. There's no password. Might have to stop the video depending upon what this does. Okay, well that's not, I guess that's not terrifically, what would you say? It's not terrifically out of the ordinary, really. It's inane. It's just a random desktop background. Somebody was obviously into, I'd use the phrase anime, but that'll probably get the audience up in arms, because it's not anime. Not anywhere close. And yes, even a Luddite like me knows exactly what that group is. Interestingly, this thing has gone back to the year 1980. And even more intriguingly, it is February 6th of 1980. I don't know why it managed to pick that date, but that's what it did. So anyway, well, let's take a look here. So we'll adjust that to be somewhat sane, not that it really matters, because I think the clock battery's dead on this. Oh, do you want to make the following changes? Look at that, Windows UAC prompt. I didn't know you needed to be an administrator to change the system time. Well, there's no password on the admin account, so that was easy. Alright, let's see. Let's go forward a couple decades here. Nope. We're still a little behind. I want the year 2024 now. Today is January 20th of 2024. And it is 2:11 p.m. So, the time was kind of close. I think that arrow key is broken. So the keyboard's not in the best condition. This one works. 2:11. Alright. That arrow key works. Oh, now it's working. Oh, it doesn't want you to... I thought you could do that too, but I guess not. It stops the thing from going over the colon. A little annoying. But now the time is set, at least. Up! Your Windows 7 PC is out of support. Oh no. Whatever are we going to do about that? Yeah, I don't really care about that. I will never care about that. The system's not on the internet anyway, so there's that. Alright. Hit OK on that. And let's see, what else do we have here? Well, the desktop is pretty sparing, but somebody was playing Roblox on this. Of course, there's an old version of Adobe Reader, a copy of Google Chrome, and the recycle bin. Let's see, what's in the recycle bin? Obviously, I'm not going to go through the user's data on this video, but a shortcut to Roblox Studio. I don't know why that's in there, but it's there. Take a look at the computer here. OS disk. That's kind of interesting. I almost wonder if this was upgraded from something. I don't think this is the factory, or it's not factory, obviously, because this would have come with Windows XP, but I don't think this is an HP OEM installation of any kind. With 64 gigs, so there's some data on here, but we're not breaking the bank or anything like that. It's a 160 gig hard drive. I know it says 148 gigabytes here, but it's 160 because you lose some because of the long-standing difference between what drive manufacturers rate their drives at and what computers measure drive capacity in. And pretty standard stuff. Let's take a look at the registration information. See if Windows is even activated on this machine. Well, it is. I wouldn't put stock in the fact that it's genuine, but it is registered. 4.1 on the Experience Index. 2 gigs, 32-bit, although 64-bit would make 0 sense on this, considering it's only got 2 gigs. And a very descriptive computer name. Alright. Let's see, what are the Windows Experience Index scores on this machine? 4.1 is probably for the graphics. Oh, 4.1 is for the CPU. Wow. What a piece of crap. So, the hard drive, which is usually the slowest part of the computer, is actually the fastest. That's pretty sad. The computer is pretty zippy, but I'm not really doing anything with it. And I have noticed that the hard drive LED is on basically constantly. Over there. I don't know if the drive is bad or what's going on with that. But the computer's working. I'm not going to really fire up much of anything because I think a lot of this stuff requires internet connectivity. How about the device manager? How many unknown devices do we have? What the heck was that? Well, we're getting an error message, but I'm not seeing it. Oops, I just opened up Minecraft. Well, that's wonderful. Oh, that's going to open here in a second. You are logged on as a standard user. Well, finally it came up with my error message. Sure, I'll go ahead and I'll open that. Don't really care. Now it's going to open it twice. And here's Minecraft opening up in the background. Yeah, I don't need that. So let's see here. What do we got going on? Well, this isn't a Centrino platform machine because you can see it says Core Duo. So, of course, there's the biometric device. Let's see here. Let me open up a couple of these and then I'll move the camera around. Okay, taking a look here, you can see we have a Hitachi hard drive. That's pretty typical. Interestingly, this is a Radeon X1600 based graphics adapter. I was kind of expecting to see NVIDIA of some kind. Who makes that DVD-ROM? Let's see if we can find out. Ah, Panasonic. We take another look down here. I don't think this thing has onboard Wi-Fi because the only thing that shows up here is a Broadcom Extreme Gigabit Ethernet adapter. If I hit the Wi-Fi button, nothing seems to really happen. Of course, it may not work because that may need a driver in the operating system. Coming down here, you can see analog sound min, integrated digital audio. Now, I say that, they certainly got better, but a lot of the early chipsets from analog devices were just, they're awful. They bogged down the machine, or certainly when the machine bogged down, the sound changed, and they just didn't work nearly as well as they really should have. So that's pretty much it for system devices that are of any interest on this thing. So, let's see, I think probably most of the data on this machine would be on the admin account. Wouldn't surprise me. We'll take a look-see here, see if we can find anything. A couple of things there in the downloads folder. 3 copies of Roblox Player Launcher for some reason. 2 files labeled download, and there's a BTS file, HTML document. Probably not the desktop background, that would be my assumption, because it's an HTML document. Let's see, what's in my documents? Oh, there's some pictures in there, including the desktop background. So that's all, again, BTS. I guess somebody was really into them. Never owned this. Nothing in my pictures. Nothing in my music. Probably nothing in my videos, so nothing really there. So let's close out of this junk and go to the admin account. But I suppose I could open up Google Chrome, see what kind of version it's running. See if there's anything of interest in the history, but I kind of don't think there will be. Opened up pretty quickly. Well, there's a couple things. Looks like mostly favorite YouTube videos. And music videos at that. There's this arrow pointing over here. Somebody logged in on this? Current user. Not signed in. Okay, good. Nobody's logged in. So yeah, again, there's a couple of videos there. Nothing that interesting. And yes, there's no anime. I know. Not everything that's Japanese is anime. I don't even know if they're Japanese. They might be Korean. I don't remember. And I can't say that I really care because it's outside of my interest. There's this. I don't know what this is. Probably somebody's email. Yeah, I went to mail.google.com, so that's somebody's email. So it's not going to work. None of these are going to work. There's this thing called Perfect Piano Game. Play online at y8.com. No idea what that is. And can't say that I really care. So, nothing really all that interesting. Look at the history here. See if there's anything of note in here. Yeah, just a bunch of BTS and music videos and other things. Looks like they were into art. How can you draw and easy stuff? I don't know why that's funny. It shouldn't be. Oh my gosh, this scroll bar. Roblox stuff. I guess whoever owned this might have had some fluency in the French language. That's what it looks like to me. And again, music videos. And Instagram, which is owned by the same company that owns that insidious blue F of Doom. So, not really interested in that. I feel dirty enough just having gone through the user's history there, but again, there's nothing... It's inane stuff. It's the same kind of thing that a lot of people on YouTube really kind of watch. You know, the same kind of people. I just hit reboot by accident. I wanted to hit log off, but I guess we're rebooting the computer now. It's the same kind of thing that a lot of people on YouTube who don't have an attention span longer than about 1 minute watch. I think it's kind of a shame, really, that things are the way that they are. This video has gone out to 25 minutes. I haven't really... I don't know if I will do any editing on this. Probably will. But I might not. I might just show you the entire thing start to finish. Because I can. I think it's one video clip, or wherever the camera happens to break the video clips off, which... Really, I should have paid more attention to that, because the video does not gracefully cut videos. You tend to lose some of the audio. I don't know what it is. All these Sony camcorders do that, even the new ones. Alright, let's take a look at the admin account here. See what we got going on. I'm not sure why they have a separate admin and user, but... Unless that was somebody told them to do that, because running non-privileged user makes it harder for software to take over your computer because you don't have admin rights. You have to supply a password, and you think more carefully about it. At least that's the idea. I don't think people really do. Once again, your Windows 7 PC is out of support. I don't really care about that. Well, this must have Wi-Fi on it. Oh, no, it doesn't. That's exceedingly interesting. Safely remove hardware and eject media. I don't know why that's showing up as an option. Look at this. Eject Broadcom Net Extreme Gigabit Ethernet. Huh. I might have to try that at the end of the video and see what happens. Okay, we got more stuff in the recycle bin here. Or, no we don't. Oh, yes we do. Here's the music collection. A lot of new folders. Roblox player. I don't know what any of that says. Because as you can see here, it's all in a language that I don't understand. Some Arabic language, don't know which one. It's all MP3s. I don't know what's in any of these new folders. I suppose I could probably restore them, or at the very least take them out of the recycle bin. I'll put them on the desktop here. I'm telling you, old habits really do die hard. We'll see if it'll actually do it. How many things are duplicates in there. Okay, let's see. Roblox player.link. I don't care about that. Roblox Studio, don't care about that. Don't care about that. Those are just, yeah, those are all just shortcuts. So how much data is this? It looks like it was all made in 2016. That's about 700 megabytes right there. These are pictures? Okay, yeah, those are pictures. I'm gonna have to edit that out of the video, but pictures and video of presumably the people who own the machine. So I'm gonna just back out of that. You probably saw it on the video. I don't know that it really matters that much. But I guess there's one thing. So there's pictures and stuff on this computer. There's a new folder within a new folder. It's empty. That's kind of funny. So, whatever. Again, all told, it's about 770 megabytes. So that doesn't really explain why there's 60 gigs worth of junk on here, or where it all is. Probably in the app data folder. What's in downloads? Roblox player. My documents, nothing there. My music, there's nothing in there. Nothing in pictures. Probably, oh, there's a Roblox video. I wonder if I can play that. I'm going to. Oh, looks like media player has never been used. Custom settings. I don't know why I'm setting this up. But I will. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Might as well make it the default. I think it's the only one on here. There's probably audio in this, and it's probably loud as hell. We'll hit the mute button on the computer there. Yeah, there's probably an indication of the kind of horsepower this computer's got. Not very much. So I don't know what that's all about, but maybe a test video. Maybe they realized this thing wasn't really powerful enough to play Roblox, which is pretty much an indictment of this entire machine. The Core Duo really was just kind of a piece of crap. It was nothing more than a Pentium M with a couple of the Pentium 4 instructions on it. The Core 2 Duo really improved things. And that's why you don't really see a whole lot of Core Duo systems around, unless you happen to own a lot of Apple Macintosh stuff, or have a lot of familiarity with Apple Macintosh stuff, or bought a laptop during the transitional period. But these wouldn't have been particularly cheap back then either. You probably would have been much better back in the day off buying a Pentium M-based laptop. This looks like Word 2007, or sorry, Office 2007 that's installed on here. I almost wonder if that's genuine. Almost kind of doubt it. But we'll open it. And we'll see what happens. Oh, it's 2010. Not that it makes much of a difference. They're both equally as crappy. I hate this stupid ribbon user interface. It's such a pile of junk. Wish they never would have come out with that. Traditional menus are so much better. But they did, and they didn't ask me when they were coming out with it, so oh well. Alright, let's see here. Product activated. Home and Business 2010. So that probably could be legitimate. You never know. Let's just get out of that. I don't think there's really much else with this laptop that's worth sharing, so I'll probably do something with it in the future. And it'll probably end up being a Linux machine, because, well, I don't know. There's 3 product keys on the bottom of this machine, and all 3 of them are torn up. So, I guess that pretty much precludes most of that. I'll have to see what kind of RAM this takes. I think it's DDR2, so a 4GB RAM upgrade's probably doable. It's probably got a wireless card whitelist, but I may look into installing a wireless card if the antennas are present. I mean, I've got one right here. This is a 3 antenna one, so this probably won't actually work. In fact, this is actually kind of a piece of junk. This is only an 802.11AG card, but it may work. I'll probably at the very least look into it. I'm sure I can find something else in my myriad collection of crap. There's a mini PCI card up here. I don't know what this one is. This is out of a Dell, whatever it is. 2200 BG, so that wouldn't be too bad. But I think it's a PCI Express that it needs, so it's not really going to do too much. But we'll do all of that in another video. This thing has gone on to almost 35 minutes unedited, so I really kind of got to wrap this up here. So, I suppose not a bad find for $12.99, but really not all that great. It's just another junky laptop from that time period where things are too old to be useful and too new to be vintage. So we'll shut it down here, and I'll thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below.